What is going on, guys? Today we got a very fun video. I'm going to be reading your hot takes. Musical hot takes, of course. This is a music-based channel, kind of. I asked you guys on Instagram, on my story, please give me your hottest takes so I can make a full video again, because I've done this before. And I will say, some of you people did not hold back whatsoever. Before I get into the video though, please like and subscribe. That would help me out a bunch. We are almost at 11K. Let's keep climbing the ranks, I guess. Let's get more subscribers, more eyeballs, more people in the comments talking trash about me or whatever. In my last video, I talked about Deftones and yeah, I'm getting cooked in the comments section. Let's get into the hot takes. I'm only including this one because my lovely Alexa sent it. And she said more people should listen to C Clamp. So I don't really have a take on this, but she said you guys should do it, so start doing it. Someone said Sebadoh better than Hum. Now, you guys obviously know me as a very Hum-loving type of fan, Hum appreciator. I got Hum in the background, as you can see. You'd prefer an astronaut and a photo thingamabobber, photo shoot thing for a album. And yeah, I'm an avid Hum lover, but I feel like you guys don't also realize that I'm a big fan of Sebadoh as well. So this one doesn't really offend me at all. There's a lot of people that do take Sebadoh over Hum. A lot of good things to say about Hum, but there's also a lot of great things to say about Sebadoh as well. Not mad at that take, but I disagree. Also, in these hot takes, I've included your guys' usernames, and I'm not going to try to pronounce some of these usernames because I am terrible at names. So I'm just going to say someone said, even though I can clearly see who said it. So this next one, someone said, Sonic Youth doesn't have a 10 out of 10 album. They're still an amazing band though. 10 out of 10 albums are very hard to create, and it's obviously a subjective thing to think about an album. Some people might think that your 10 out of 10 album is an awful album. In my opinion, Sonic Youth does have a 10 out of 10 and a close to a 10 out of a 10. And I'm talking about Evil. I have that album as literally Sonic Youth's goated album, 10 out of 10. I believe it's a masterpiece. I believe top to bottom, I don't get bored whatsoever. The songs on there are very strong. The moments and emotional connection I feel towards it is obviously my take. Some of you guys might think it's boring. And I would also say the album Goo can be a 10 out of 10. I've heard that across a bunch of music enjoyers. They consider Goo a 10 out of 10. And to me, I think Bad Moon Rising is close. But yeah, man, that's just my opinion. I understand what you're saying, though, because it's Sonic Youth. And I don't know, a lot of people have different opinions on different albums. It's kind of all over the place. Someone said Title Fight is repetitive and overrated. I got an ungodly amount of Title Fight overrated, Title Fight overhyped, stupid. What are we talking about? What is this take that has come out of nowhere? I'm not even that mad about this person saying that they're overrated. I'm a little bit saltier about you saying that they're repetitive because they have a bunch of different albums. There's clearly growth within the band. If you look at that 2009 Last Thing You Forget album compared to Hyperview, what are we talking about? It's two different bands at that point. The evolution of Title Fight is clear as day. Saying they're repetitive is just like, what are you listening to? Are you listening to the same first two albums? There's a lot more stuff in there that sound different when you're listening to Title Fight. That kind of grinds my gears. Next up, someone said MBV 2013 is better than Loveless. So we're talking about My Bloody Valentine's 2013 album, comparing it to their Loveless 90s album that is very iconic. Once you see that album cover, the pink, the beautiful colorway, the guitar, everything. You know what it means, you know what it stands for. Now, I personally go to Loveless, and I think Loveless is better than the 2013 album, but I will say that My Bloody MBV 2013 is very, very great. And I feel like I've heard this take from a lot of people who are just in bands. I follow a lot of people on social media and stuff, and I've seen some takes where they prefer MBV 2013 compared to Loveless in the 90s. And yeah, man, I kind of dig this take. I know my lovely Alexa agrees with this as well. I wouldn't fight you over this. Next up, someone said low quality music is better emotionally. When people say low quality, I know what they're talking about. They're talking about the mixing, the production on an album or a song or whatever it is, music related. And that can literally be better sometimes. The raw emotion, the raw energy within the band. You can feel it. It's as natural as can be. It's as literally, I don't know, point A to point B. It's so in your face. It's clear as day. That's kind of how I look at it. And I agree with this take so much. I guess in my point of view, when I see or when I listen to a song that has that low quality production and all that jazz, but the emotions are there and I'm connecting to it at a high level, I feel like I can create something like that too. And that kind of gives me that extra burst of emotion, I guess, because I don't know, it's just that different effect that, you know, top tier quality music doesn't really always have, but can have as well. Someone said, female scram/screamo vocalists are better. Depends on the day, really, but I feel like the female-led or female vocalist-led scram/screamo, it just hits a little bit harder. Not saying that the guys, the men, whatever, anybody else doing it can't really reach that level. I guess it depends on the day. There's so many great bands out there, certainly right now in the screamo world, emo screamo world, and yeah, really it's pick your not poison, because I don't know. But yeah, man, I freaking love this take. All right, someone said, I don't really mess with Sebadoh, even though I love a lot of Lou's songs in Dinosaur Jr. Dude, I freaking love Sebadoh, Lou Barlow, Goated, Bake Sale, you kidding me? I'm not a good friend. I'm not a friend at all. Facts, dude. Literally facts. I love Lou Barlow's storytelling, lyricism, words, literally top tier in Sebadoh, in Dinosaur Jr. as well. But Sebadoh, I don't know, man, it just scratches that itch for me. That's kind of a bummer, man. That's kind of a bummer, but I guess I respect it because everybody's different and it is what it is. But I mess with Sebadoh, I mess with Lou and Lou Barlow and Sebadoh. All right, someone said Knocked Loose is kind of boring. What? Come on, man. Dude, that last album, their most recent album, Blinding Faith, stop it, man. And I always see the same discussion is being discussed in comment sections whenever you see a Knocked Loose clip, whatever it may be, a performance. It's always talking about the vocals, and the vocals, to me, make it more interesting. They make it more fun to listen to. It's either you love the vocals or you don't. I used to be not into the vocals. I didn't hate it as much as people do. Speaking to you right now, I love those vocals. They're freaking goated. This band is goated. They're not boring to me. They're highly entertaining, and I feel like they can gravitate towards anybody if you want to open your ears a little bit. So yeah. All right, someone said, I hate car seat headrest. God damn, bro. Chill out. Someone said, Sonic Youth should be as popular as Deftones right now. I feel like I have the answer as to why they are not as popular as Deftones, even though Sonic Youth are an iconic band at this point in time. I guess with the newer generation is kind of what you're alluding to, because Deftones is highly popular on online apps, TikTok, stuff of that nature. And I believe that Sonic Youth isn't as digestible as Deftones. And I'm not saying that Sonic Youth doesn't have those certain songs that hit like a Deftones, whatever. But for certain people, I feel like Sonic Youth is either trash or the greatest of all time. I guess they're just very experimental for people. There's a lot of different albums, a lot of different stuff to listen to. I don't want to say that it's a lot harder to listen to, like you have to be a scientific major to listen to Sonic Youth. There's just so many different songs, different moods, different tones that they have in all these albums throughout the years, from the 80s all the way to the 2000s. And I don't know, man, I just feel like it's the digestible part. All right, this next one's a spicy one. Nirvana was low-key a one-trick pony, and if they continued, they would suck. This is by my boy, G-Boy USA. Dude, we used to be the grunge kings on TikTok, man. Can't believe you would say this, but I understand what you're talking about. Now, I'm not going to predict what Nirvana would have done if Kurt Cobain was still with us, because we don't know. We don't know. But my prediction is Nirvana probably would have split up and everybody would have just done their own thing. That, or Nirvana would have just evolved and done different types of music. But I have to admit, I have to acknowledge that maybe, hypothetically, maybe there was a world where Kurt was still here and Nirvana continued and still did the same music. So I guess we don't really have an answer, but in my mind, Nirvana would have just done more acoustic based stuff. That's what my take is on that. And I get it, but I disagree. This next one is: Newgaze musicians need to learn how to write songs before buying a multi-FX pedal. When it comes to this music, I don't know. I don't care for a genius on the pen. I just care for the feeling that the band gives me. That's kind of the whole thing for me. And lyrics, I know, come with that. It's in a song, so you want to connect to lyrics. You want to connect to those words. But I don't know, man. I don't really care that much about the writing. I find it entertaining when there's a cool chorus, hook, whatever. So, yeah, man. Not entertained by this take, I fear. I can't believe someone said this. Someone said, "Helmet is not that cool." What the absolute heck are you talking about, dude? Now, I don't know where the disconnect is happening. I don't know if it's the lyrics. I know for sure it's not because of the riffs are bad. The last album that Helmet released that I was a big fan of is Aftertaste, and that was in the mid-90s, towards the late 90s, whatever. And yeah, man, that's kind of my take on that. I think you're kind of tripping. And Betty, dude, that album is ridiculous. That's their best album, in my opinion. People say Meantime, and I get it. There's iconic songs on there from the 90s. They're just absolutely influential. They are that band. They are your favorite band's favorite band. I had to include this one because Alexa agrees with it, and she kind of put me onto this take before you even wrote this. Aurora by Veruca Salt on Tank Girl OST is slept on. Listen to Shimmer Like a Girl after to melt. Yeah, Alexa loves that song. I remember when she started listening to that song, she couldn't shut up about it. It was one of those songs. She just kept playing and playing. And yeah, man, I read this to her and her jaw dropped. Like, she totally agrees with this. I agree with it as well. Someone said, "I fuck with Glare heavy, but man, do they need a new lead singer." Man, what the hell are you talking about? You're acting like the vocals within Glare are terrible. You're acting as if they are literally unbearable. That is not the case. That is not the case. They are digestible. There's some catchy stuff in there. I mess with it. I don't understand this take. I kind of find it offensive. Highly. It's never even crossed my mind once where I was like, man, they need somebody better. Like, I've never even thought of that at all. I always thought the vocals were good AF. I wonder what song you were listening to that kind of prompted that take and kind of inspired that take, and hopefully you change your ways, because I disagree. I don't agree, and everybody should agree with me and have the same takes as me. And finally, I want to end this with a cool take. Just because someone likes lesser known music doesn't mean they're trying to be different. I agree. 100%. Because honestly, bro, there's so many bands out there that I've discovered that are not popular, and I don't try to do it on purpose. I just stumble onto these bands that don't have that many monthly listeners, and that happens to a lot of people. They find these cool bands that are not appreciated. They're underrated. They're all these things like, oh my god, I'm literally good, you guys don't listen to what I listen to, I'm him, like, or I'm her, whatever it is. If that's the approach, then I totally get why people are being negative towards you, man. You're kind of being annoying. Now, if you have this knowledge and you found this dope ass band that literally nobody really heard of before from the 90s or whatever era, and you just try to tell somebody and put them on in not so aggressive ways, then maybe people wouldn't have anger against people with this type of music taste, where they just find lesser known bands, 1,000 monthly listener bands, 123 monthly listener bands. I don't know, whatever it is. It kind of is the approach, I guess, that kind of has this stereotype labeled or whatever. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, man, there's so many wicked bands out there. We got to let everybody know about them, because it's lame to keep all that information. It really is. Do you really like that band if you're the only one that's trying to listen to it? If you're gatekeeping, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So that's the end of my video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what take was egregious, what take you disagree with, what take you loved, what take is making you want to punch the wall right now. Let me know everything in the comments. Please like and subscribe. That would help me out a bunch. Yeah. like and subscribe. Keep the music alive. These hot takes made me want to cry.